Hey, teacups. It's your girl, Monica. Welcome back to the All About the Tea channel. Joining me tonight are Teacup affiliates, the Bishop. Hey.
Hey.
You got that smooth Chi-Town, I love it. Swag. Schoolboy in the building. Hey, Schoolboy.
Hey, everybody.
Hey. And our lovely Plez. Hey, Plez.
Hey, y'all.
Hey. How's everyone doing tonight? How y'all doing?
Doing pretty good.
Plez,
Pretty good. TGIF.
Child, that lipstick. The lipstick. Okay.
Thank you.
I'm trying to have them kissable lips.
Ooh. Okay, now. All right, now, Bishop. All right.
I'm just saying. Hey.
All right.
Well, Bishop, I got on my purple.
Well, ready for the TV ratchetry tonight. My nightly lineup, and I was really happy that Little Women Atlanta is coming back on tonight too.
What?
Oh, it starts tonight. Okay, I need to catch that because that right there, that's my. Ooh, I love Little Women Atlanta. They ratchet. Yes. I love it. They some ratchet Little Women. I love it. I'm actually feeling very good tonight. Surprisingly, Teacups, we have another victory. All About the Tea was featured on the season finale of Southern Charm. And listen, y'all, I was just in awe when they flashed this headline on the screen because I'll give you a little backstory. So I put out this exclusive, and it's risky. It's risque. It's not. I never go for the ordinary, the boring. I never play the middle, right? And I'm truthful. I don't play games. Y'all know I tell the truth. So all the other sites out there, no one wanted to pick it up. And when they did pick it up, they refused to give me credit. And now look at God. Look at God. They actually wrote this headline into the storyline. When Madison was in her kitchen and she whipped out her phone and was scrolling through the article, I was like, I felt so proud. I was like, we made it, Teacups, we made it. I mean, I've been featured on Southern Charm, many times, but this particular one was special because it was pretty much a storyline was written around it. So it was a really proud moment. But we've been really, really killing it, God has been blessing us. We ended last year. We ended 2020 out on a good note. We got that Monique Samuels exclusive interview the day after she resigned. That was big. That was big. We interviewed Pastor Holy Whore's girlfriend in December. That. Shout out to Tanya Griffin, Pastor Tanya. She is just a lovely lady. We keep in contact. She's so intelligent. I love talking to her. Yeah, we talk business, and her mind is amazing how analytical it is, So I really like her. Shout out to her. Shout out to Monique and her YouTube channel, Tea with Monique. Guys, if you're not subscribed to Tea with Monique, you are missing out. She is spilling all kinds of tea over there and giving all kinds of advice. And Monique is just a wonderful, beautiful person. Her Mila Essential Oils business has blown up. She can't keep up. She's gonna have to pretty soon get some a warehouse space at this rate.
I'm gonna need some.
I know. And then we rang in 2021 with Wendy Williams featuring the Monique interview. That was another big moment for us. We also got featured on the RHOP reunion, the headline about Rihanna supporting Karen. So it's been really, really, really just the blessings keep flowing in. And Teacups, we couldn't do it without you. You're here every night supporting, and y'all know we love you. Thank you so much. My big sis speaks. The last shall be first. So proud of you. Thank you. Thank you, sis.
Our cup runneth over.
Yes. Praise God. And I feel overwhelmed with, the blessings. All right, y'all, we got a lot to get into tonight. A lot. T-Ness, thank you so much for the super chat. I love you all here at All About the Tea. I look forward to the new piping hot tea that Monica is going to spill on the daily. Hashtag forever a teacup. Oh, that's really nice. I love that hashtag. We got a lot of people in the building too. Wow, we got a full house tonight for Friday. Y'all, I am so sorry about canceling last night's live over that ratchet versus.
Oh, baby.
We don't have to get into that tomorrow. You know, after we review Bell Collective, we're going to have to do a review of that versus, y'all. Keisha. Was she fighting with Frankie? Like, what was it? That she was an hour and a half
in prayer. Lift her up in prayer. I don't know what's going on over there.
You know what the problem, and I'm getting to it tomorrow, but their energy was not complimenting one another.
Mm-hmm.
She tried to make it compliment, but it was like you seem forced, baby. You came with a bad attitude. You were late. You talking about you want a smoke break? No. You can't have no breaks. That's what I told her. No, sit down in that chair.
How you gonna come late and the first thing you want to do is have a break?
Right. I was done after I said log off. Y'all both lose. Bye.
I mean, look, you can be late, but everybody likes a little fashionable late arrival. But that an hour for Ashanti and then an hour and a half for Keisha. No, ma'am, Pam. No, ma'am.
She should have came in flawless and flowing in with a smile on her face.
Right. No attitude. She gonna walk in late and have an attitude like, girl, fix your face.
You must forgot you ain't no Beyonce.
Monica, that's exactly what I put on Facebook last night. I said, you know, Frankie should have been there to say, fix your face through her teeth. You know, when your mama show up, you act right sometimes. So maybe that would have helped.
Yeah, that's true. Frankie ain't right her damn self, but you know, that's a whole nother subject, right? Okay. We're gonna get into it tomorrow, y'all. We're gonna recap that verses because we have a lot to say. Okay, a lot to say. All right, y'all. First and foremost, if you're not subscribed to the channel, I need you to hit that subscribe button down below. If you're already subscribed to the channel, bang that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the piping hot tea that we spill on this channel. And while you're down there, hit that like button. It costs you nothing to hit the like button. Just go on and hit the like button. All right, teacups, on the agenda tonight, we are addressing the Real Housewives of Orange County cocaine scandal. I am providing receipts, timelines, and shutting down the lies. We got some Married to Medicine tea to cover, and Erika and Tom Girardi's legal mess. It just gets worse every day. Let's get into it, shall we?
A website called All About the Tea.
She told all about the tea that during the fight.
Teacups, hugs and kisses to you. I see all the love in the chat and my heart is just exploding. You know, thank you. I love you all. All right, let's dive into it. So up first, we're diving deep into this Real Housewives of Orange County cocaine scandal. As I exclusively reported earlier this week, a disturbing incident was revealed at the end of part 1 of the reunion. Bronwyn approached Shannon's 14-year-old daughter, Stella, at a beach party. You know, you guys didn't know this before, but the beach party was at Shannon's boyfriend, John's house. And Bronwyn approached Stella by herself and offered her drugs and her dealer's number, and specifically nose candy, okay? And some other things, but we're going to get into that later on. Before I continue, I need to make this disclaimer. All media outlets, this includes Instagram pages, vloggers on YouTube, bloggers, and entertainment websites. This is an All About the Tea exclusive. If you re-report my content, all I ask is that you give All About the Tea credit. Thank you. All right, y'all. So as viewers saw towards the end of part 1 of the reunion, Shannon blurted out and confronted Bronwyn with, and I quote, "When my daughter Stella was 14 years old, at a at a very first beach barbecue, you went up to her and said, Stella, if you want the good stuff, text me. And then the episode, then we see Bronwyn burst into theatrics and the episode ends. Now, if you go back to my original exclusive earlier this week, I believe it was on Monday, I said that was going to happen. Now, and I said towards the end of the reunion, it was going to be brought up. And then as they moved into part 2, the chat was going to be continued on. Okay. Now, the good stuff, right? They didn't actually use the C word, the good stuff. I did some digging because I'm not from California, and I found the definition of good stuff. A common phrase used to imply drugs of some sort. The slang mostly relates to the usage of cocaine. Jokes made normally refer to transparent bags filled with sugar or salt are followed by a gesture of snorting. Hey, give me that good stuff, would you? Where did you get all that good stuff? Look at all that good stuff, snort. So yeah, it's referred to as, it says here, the C word, nose candy, okay? All right, so, I just had to clarify that. Okay, now if you go back to that exclusive, like I said earlier on Monday, and look at the video, in that video, I said that this crazy, shocking tea would be spilled. I did say that, and it happened. I also got into details about what type of drug was offered to Stella. And again, part 2 is going to dive deeper into that. I don't know if they're actually going to mention the C word, but they are going to talk more about drugs being offered to Stella. Okay. A day after I spilled that tea here on YouTube, I got an email from a Bravo executive, and I was going to put it on here. I watermarked it and I darked out her name and her phone number and all that stuff, but I'm not going to put it on here. The title, it's from a Bravo executive. Her title is Senior Director, Communications, NBC Universal, Unscripted. That's her title. And this lady, she's chewing me out in the email and asking me to change my story, specifically remove the cocaine part. This lady has emailed me numerous times, over the years for various shows and various things related to the OC. And she has my cell phone number. We've talked on the phone. And every time we talk, it's the same scenario. Whether if I put out a teaser before the story even comes out, she wants to know what the story is going to be about. And then once the story is out, she's always telling me my stuff is wrong. And then they end up showing it on the TV, on their show, and asking me to change titles and rearrange things. Sometimes I accommodate her, and oftentimes I don't. It depends on what mood I'm in, but I'm not going to accommodate or bow down to Bravo now because this involves a child. This is a criminal matter, okay? And if no one else is going to stand up for this child, I'm going to stand up for her. Because I don't play when it comes to kids. I mean, kids to me are not, if there's no bargaining chip, they're not, fodder you say for a reunion. Huh? Where do they do that? So earlier that day, okay, before I got the email. So the story broke on Monday. Then on Tuesday at 6 p.m., I get the email from the Bravo executive. But earlier in the day on Tuesday, Bronwyn was asked about the tea, the cocaine tea. And this was her response. I honestly have, okay, so the person asked her, can you read it, please? Can you see it?
Oh, sorry, I was on mute.
Cover it up a little bit for me on my end.
Okay. It says, please, the commenter asks, please tell me Shannon is lying about her child. I haven't really been watching the show because I hate Kelly. Me too, girl. You are one of my favorites. Please tell me Shannon is full of it about drugs and her child. Bronwyn Windham-Burke responds and says, I honestly have no idea. I was drinking at the time. I've heard from her what happened and made amends. I've since heard a very different version of what happened, which isn't at all what she said from someone I trust, though. That's the end of what's on the screen.
Yeah, so that's what she said. So she acknowledges it, right? She says, I honestly have no idea. I was drinking at the time. I've heard from her what happened and made amends. Okay. So she acknowledges it. She didn't say, what cocaine? What are you talking about? Huh? I have no clue. She acknowledged it. Okay. And then after that, on Wednesday, we saw the reunion where it was all, made public. She didn't say, no, it was weed. No, it was alcohol. What are you talking about? She acknowledged it. So after that, I need y'all to pay close attention. Okay. Nowhere, like I said, does she deny the nose candy allegation. Okay. And she responded to this fan before Bravo emailed me. After Bravo emailed me, I was so disgusted and appalled because it's all about money for them. It's all about the bottom line. And I could see it. I could see it before it even played out that there was going to be a cover up. Okay. Apparently they didn't get to Bronwyn before they got to Shannon, because this story, I broke the story on Monday. Now, if a story broke about my child like that on Monday night, like we got off of here about 10 p.m. Eastern. By 10:03, 10:04, I would have been putting out a statement. I would have been saying something. But she didn't put out a statement until 2 days later when a fan asked her, is it true? Was your child offered nose candy? She said, Shannon responded and said, no, nose candy, the C word was offered, ... That's all she said. 2 days later, not the next day, but 2 days later, okay? It was very clear to me that there was a cover up underway, and Bravo, Shannon, and all the adults involved in this mess were complicit. I went to social media, like I said, before Shannon even responded, and I'll pull up what I wrote. Let me go to my Twitter and I'll pull it up and share my screen with everyone. Give me 1 second here. I was very upset because, like I said, I have children, and to think that they're just so blasé about an adult offering a child drugs of any kind, right, was appalling to me. I don't know how these people live with themselves and sleep at night comfortably. Give me 1 second and I'll pull it. Here it is. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen and y'all can see it. Can you see it? This is what I wrote on Twitter. Bravo has emailed me begging I change my blog to protect Bronwyn, just like Jeffrey Epstein's friends protected him for years. Bravo knows they're complicit in this mess, so they're scrambling to make edits to that reunion. However, they can't stop, and I tagged the Newport Beach police from talking to Stella and CPS from investigating this crime. Bravo was quick to fire Black Phaedra over something that didn't even happen, but protect their drug addict, drunk, abusive, child predator, white snowflake, hashtag justice for Stella, hashtag protect children, hashtag shame on you, Bravo. And this was did y'all see it on the screen?
No, it's not showing. It's still the...
Okay, hold on. I'll pull it back up.
Okay.
Let me see here. Anyway, I read it to y'all. I ain't gonna bother with that. Technology. This is a live show and we can't always, get the technology right. But I read it to you. And that created a little firestorm, but I did get a lot. I was shocked because a lot of people did support me. And they said, you know what? Stand up for what's right. We respect you. And I was expecting Bronwyn and her husband, Sean, because he could be a little terror on Twitter, to respond and say something. But I guess once I called it a crime, because it is, I have to remind them, and I tagged the Newport Beach police, they didn't say anything. They didn't respond. Bronwyn's mother has been doing all kinds of lives, saying all kinds of stuff, but she's a crazy old lady anyway. So I don't ever pay her no mind. And she's a thief. She stole from the people in Mexico, and she's a liar, and she's a racist. I don't pay her no mind. I'm going to stop right there. Bishop, what are your thoughts
As I can see, and the Shannon being complicit with it, she's a terrible mother. She's a trash bag. I don't have no respect for her. She can go kick rocks. I mean, as far as I can see it, if they all complicit with it, they all can go to jail with Bronwyn. As far as this is ridiculous. Black people, we have to tote the line. We have to, dot our I's and cross our T's. We have to be almost dang near perfect. But these people can be raggedy and they can do whatever they want to do. They can do criminal activities. They can do illegal stuff, and they don't get reprimanded not one little bit. Or they might like, oh, you might not get this many scenes this episode. No, she needs to be fired and prosecuted to the fullest extent. That's a child, and the mother, for her to do that. Hey, whoever this child's father is, I don't watch the show. You need to get your daughter, because if your mother is willing to do that, she ain't got no bottom. To me, if you're allowing someone to do this to your child for a paycheck because you don't want to lose your spot on the show, there's something wrong with you mentally. Like outside, show or no show, your child comes first. You know what I mean? This child didn't pick you as a parent. You chose to have this child.
Absolutely.
So you're supposed to be the caretaker, and it's unacceptable.
Anna Frobby says, when did Shannon find out about it? That's important. I'm going to get to that. I have specifics of exactly when she found out. And hold on to your edges, because, child, Quentin makes a good point. He goes, I'm mean. If mom has a horrible supply, she knows it. Hey, when you want the good stuff, seems like they're all on it. It does seem that way, doesn't it? It just seems like a regular thing, like it's no big deal. Like nobody is freaking out. No one is looking out for the best interest of the child. But we're going to get into all that. So just yesterday, Shannon posted a very detailed timeline of events of the incident. And according to Shannon, she didn't find out until much later after her daughter was approached. And I'll put that on the screen so you can see. Plez, if you don't mind, can you read that, honey, if you don't mind?
She's referring to at Molly G11. I didn't find out until a long time after it happened. Stella didn't want to appear like a tattletale. Had I known when it happened, things would have transpired differently. I talked through it with Stella and didn't want to interfere with with Bronwyn's sobriety. But after being called a liar and alcoholic, she needed to hear and take responsibility for what she did. Rumors are circulating that multiple people were present when this happened. Stella and Bronwyn were the only two involved in the conversation.
That there is rumors going around, because I heard that too, and I didn't believe it. And the person that told me was a former cast member. So Sean, Bronwyn's husband, and Bronwyn are spinning the narrative, and they're saying it was a party, a room full of people, and adults were present, and we were all talking about drugs. And, Bronwyn jokingly said to Stella, I got the good stuff, and I can give you my dealer's number because I have, and offered her the drugs, but it was a joke. That's a lie. That's the rumor they're spreading to not necessarily fans, but they're spreading it to other housewives. I've heard it from 2 other housewives. Okay, so that's Shannon's version of events. However, I was informed by a rock-solid source. The incident happened before last season's reunion, and Shannon knew about it since September 2019, 1 month before last year's reunion. And at that time, Shannon didn't make a big deal about it because she and Bronwyn were friends. This is before Bronwyn claimed to even have an issue with alcohol. According to my source, Stella informed her mother right after the incident happened, and Shannon told Bronwyn what happened, and Bronwyn offered Stella an apology. And at that time, Shannon declined the apology because she didn't think it was a big deal. That is until it was time to use it for the reunion 2 years later. After Bronwyn accused her of being an alcoholic, which she is. Shannon has a drinking problem. Yes, we can ask David DeBoer. We can get him into a courtroom and he will testify to that. And her kids will too. She used to get drunk and beat on him, and they used to beat on each other while she was drunk because he would have to defend himself. And then she would call people and be like, he's hitting me. He's hitting me. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. We can get into that because I got the receipts for that too. Okay. But my question is, what kind of mother thinks that that's no big deal? Please sound off on this, honey.
I mean, it's a dysfunctional mother, clearly. I really feel bad for Stella and the other children that have had to grow up in that household because they clearly have been exposed to all types of abuse. And the mother, knowing that it happened, even in her own statement saying Bronwyn's sobriety was more important.
Right.
It happened, but I didn't want to interfere with Bronwyn's sobriety. I'm sorry, Bronwyn's sobriety would have been wrecked. And that is what happens with so many addicts. No one confronts them on the things that they did, even if it was when their addiction was flaming. They need to know rock bottom is important. You can only get better when you, one, accept you have a problem, and two, hit rock bottom. Because I can guarantee you that Bronwyn is not sober. She may not be drinking alcohol, but she has not put down all of her addictions. Another thing,
crack pipes, yeah, nothing.
Yeah. Another point that I just wanted to make quickly was, this is a good glimpse of how the other side lives. Because in those circles, unfortunately, this is normal. They joke with their children about drugs. Nothing, everybody wants money, but if you don't have character while you have your money only takes away not worrying about bills. It doesn't cure your emotional, mental issues that are probably very cyclical. Bronwyn, clearly her mother, we can see the direct. I'm sure her mother gave her alcohol at a young age, drugs at a young age. And when you start young, you get bored. That's why kids should be allowed to be kids. If you start drinking at 8, 9, 10, it's only going to progress to more and harder drugs. And then they wonder where the addiction or where the problem came from when it's spiraling out of control. But because they have money, they can just numb themselves and then pay other people to cover it up or just ignore it. Because like Bishop said, I saw who you tagged, but I doubt they go investigate anything.
Oh, I called them too. Yeah, that was just surface preliminary, but I did call them and some stuff is underway. I'll keep y'all posted on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I look forward to seeing if anything comes out of it, but in those upper echelon circles, it's regular. It's normal.
Schoolboy, sound off. What are your thoughts?
Well, the things that they are able to get away with that we're not able to do is amazing to me. And the fact that Bravo is also complicit in the narrative, all because they're trying to keep a show on whose ratings are plummeting to the crapper. Well, they already are in the crapper. Okay. And it's just, I had put a quote up on Twitter about something about money and how people allow it to just control you. You're supposed to control the money. The money is not supposed to control you. And the fact that we have allowed society and these reality TV shows and people to be on these platforms that don't have no bottom because all they care about is making money, don't realize with the energy that they're putting into society. And you wonder why people acting all damn crazy and out here, harassing people and hurting people and, taking this reality TV stuff to a whole nother level. I feel sorry for the child because it's more than just a little bit of sugar going on around there. It's probably alcohol. It's probably harder drugs. It's probably opioids. It's probably a bigger, deeper problem that's in all of them kids' home is probably on that damn show, because everybody knows when you're in that high society, that stuff is on the table like it's Christmas candy on the table. Oh, okay, that's a normal occurrence. But I just don't understand why that Shannon would hold that for 2 years. So somebody offered your child drugs 2 years ago. You wait 2 years later to say something? But you're supposed to be a mother. If anything, mothers are supposed to protect their kids. That was foul. And then I want to know with her ex-husband, what is he thinking to leave his child with somebody like that? Because like Bishop said, she's trash. She's very much so trash. And the fact that Bravo is uplifting it, this looks like a trailer park trash on TV, period.
Well, David did say in court papers that Shannon has a drinking problem. I'm pretty sure he didn't want to leave the girls with Shannon, but they're much older, so they can fend for themselves, thank God, and they seem more mature than Shannon, to be quite honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So now, like I told y'all exclusively in that previous video, David, the daddy, was never informed about the incident because Shannon and David are not on speaking terms. During part 1 of that reunion, Shannon confirmed my tea when she said 2.5 years in, it's just flipping awkward. He won't communicate with me and co-parent. People magazine, being messy, reached out to David and he said, in the best interest of my children, I have no comment. Oh my God. However, there's email and there's text messages. Shannon should have called the daddy first and the police should have been second, or the two of them should have gone down to the police department and reported. Now, like you said, it's a different lifestyle. I don't know how those people think because they couldn't have been me. Even thinking about why do I have to call the police? Why?
Right.
Why do I have to call Newport Beach police? Why? What about Bravo's role in this? They filmed that reunion 3 to 4 weeks ago. Right after it was filmed, don't they have an obligation to call the police too and report Bronwyn? Because clearly the woman is a predator. Now, if y'all out there think for a minute that Stella is the only child that Bronwyn has ever approached like this, something's wrong in your head, because clearly she's not the only child. This is a regular habitual behavior for someone like Bronwyn. And that is why I called her a predator on Twitter. She's a predator. She preys on children. And God knows what type of, other things, So I'm hearing all kinds of things from people. Now, I don't want to accuse her of anything, but I'm hearing about sex cults, underground orgies, all kinds of stuff. You get these girls drugged up and you get them strung out early and you pass them around. Jeffrey Epstein's a classic example. Do you think back in the 90s when he worked for Bear Stearns and Wall Street and was making millions, that anyone for 1 second would ever accuse that man of being a sex predator, a child molester? No. But he was having underground parties with his Wall Street friends. Listen, I don't put anything past those people. Nothing's impossible. Pledge, sound off. You have something to say, sis?
It just, unfortunately, in a lot of communities like that, I'll say that it's normalized. I joked yesterday that Versus was taking too long. I was going to watch Law and Order SVU, and their episode was actually very similar. It was about a judge who had raped a lot of women in his career, had used his influence, but and it went back starting into his college age, where he grew up a trust fund baby and was in a popular fraternity. His parents knew the commissioner and everyone, the R word, I'm sorry, the commissioner and everyone at the school. And he would purposefully seek out women who were on scholarship, women who were minorities, so that whenever he did anything to them, he would tell them, if you say something, I'm going to the school and get your scholarship revoked and get you kicked out. And although SVU is not real, it takes its stories from real life cases. And we all know of cases, especially at big public schools that have, such and such's name on the library. In those fraternities and sorority houses, a lot of our word goes on and gets swept under the rug by campus police. The women get discouraged from calling the actual police and let's say campus police have it. And so I've seen plenty of times when I was in high school, at the public school, if a fight broke out, it was front page news. But at the private schools, if something happened, you only knew because your cousin or somebody worked over there. It was never made public. It was swept under the rug. If a teacher was involved, they would get suspended, depending on how bad, might get, fired. But then they just go to the next private school and they get rehired. They don't have to wear the same scarlet letters that we have to wear. If they do get criminal prosecution, they get house arrest. So unfortunately, I want Shannon to be different. And I think Bravo is definitely complicit if this, of this allegation, if they knew. They don't necessarily have a duty to report. They have a moral obligation, I would think. But we all know that business isn't moral all of the time, but they're not, mandatory reporters or anything. And if the mother didn't do anything and held on to it for years, everybody else involved is going to say it's a family problem. They handle it in-house. We don't want to get involved in a family matter. And all the while, the only person that truly suffers is the child, because she's confused or she's interested. And this could lead her down the path to an addiction that she may not be able to pull herself out of. Some people can be functional addicts, but some people cannot. And all it will take is that one thing or a bad bag of drugs to get them strung out. And then everybody is going to be standing around crying and wondering what happened. But when you had the chance to do something, you did nothing, because Bronwyn's sobriety, a 40-something-year-old woman, her sobriety was more important than your own child. Until it wasn't convenient for you anymore. Now you want to use it as a revenge. Girl, bye.
40 some trash bag.
Monique Taylor, thank you so much for the super chat. She says other celebrities have accused Andy Cohen of partaking in booger sugar, so obviously it's okay with the executives of Bravo. Yeah, he said it himself in his own book. Nedra, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm glad you called the police. I wish somebody would hush that other T channel too. Oh Lord, yeah, well, child, if they don't, this has nothing to do with that other channel, but they have to insert themselves somehow by using my name. I get it. Yeah. It's okay. It's all right. It's all good.
The C word is just very prevalent in Hollywood, period. We all know that. Models use it to keep their weight down. So there's no telling that Stella may have eventually been introduced to it. But at 14, by an adult friend of the mother? No.
And the daddy wasn't informed? Lisa Simpson, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, a lot of people are not perfect, but why display themselves like raging alcoholics on national TV? In a way, it's a good thing. I mean, they need to be exposed. I mean, 2020 and it looks like moving into 2021, people's slips are being pulled and it's a good thing. It's not bad. I really hope this turns into a criminal investigation because I don't care if it's the cool thing or the status quo to do in Newport Beach. They're ruining lives. This is a baby, you know? I mean, and I can't even imagine how many other kids has Bronwyn and her husband turned out, allegedly. Because I know that Stella is not the only child this woman has approached. This is a normal behavior for her. And she approached her when she was alone. That's predatory. And I'm going to tell you this. Stella is the prettiest out of all of Shannon's daughters. No shade to the other ones, but she's very pretty. She is perfect, you know, predatory material to approach. That's all I'm going to say. Take from that what you want. But yeah.
And you know, Bronwyn's mama looked like she dabble into the dark arts.
Oh yeah. All of them. They're very dark, aren't they? Very dark, very, very dark, you know, but listen, don't mess with God's children now. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Because the devil like he whooping her behind anyways. I mean, she looked like a whole mop head. Y'all know she looked like a mop head. And like she could go down Crenshaw and get her hair done better than that because somebody could have hit that up. I don't know who she going to, but she need to stop them because they making a fool out of her.
Oh yeah. It's just a sad situation. So now, listen, it gets worse, y'all. It's we're just at the tip of the iceberg, okay? So things get even worse. Kelly Dodd is now saying that Bronwyn offered Stella Molly and other stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and play this video from an interview that Kelly did a few days ago.
You know, it was like, you can give me my phone number for the drug dealer. I didn't know about that. Like, but I knew that she offered her Molly water, but I mean, I didn't know about all that other stuff, which, you know, is a lot. I mean, I wasn't there and I don't really want to comment, but I know Stella doesn't lie. And, you know, she told me things along those lines, but I didn't know, you know, I mean, it was shocking to me to hear it, but I knew other stuff like that.
Okay, so it seems like next week's going to be really dramatic, especially with Bronwyn hyperventilating, you know, and she doesn't really have anyone backing.
Okay, y'all. Yeah. Clearly, again, it's normal. She's told me about Molly water, which is basically you put a Molly in a bottle of water and you shake it up. Okay. Molly, which is ecstasy, which creates holes in your brain. It's even worse than cocaine. It'll have you hallucinating and acting, doing all kinds of crazy stuff. And it brings on early onset dementia as well. If you use it, you know, start early and you use it a lot. And, you know, oh my God. I just got to take a minute, y'all. My big sis speaks. Thank you so much for the super chat. She says, just like they can buy their college degrees, privilege and power are being exposed. Shaking my head. Absolutely.
And morals is not included.
Bishop, sound off on Kelly Dodd nonchalantly saying, I've spoken to Stella. She doesn't lie. I know she'd offered her Molly, water, and other stuff. The cocaine. I know you don't want to talk about the C word, Kelly Dodd, because I've written exclusives about your usage. I get it. I understand. Sound off, Bishop.
So this is the infamous Kelly. This is the infamous Kelly y'all keep talking about. I see why y'all hate her. But any on other news, for her to even say that and say it so nonchalant and make it like, oh, it's just this is no. They need to clean out the swamp in the OC. Because they think this is okay. Bravo, everybody need to be taken to court. because this is a criminal matter. It's an underage girl. This ain't no young lady that's like 18 or 19 who's being approached on a college campus. This is a young girl that's 14 years old. And for you to say, oh yeah, she probably offered her Molly too.
No, she said she did. She said she told me about. I know about the Molly and other stuff. Mm-hmm. And Stella doesn't lie. I've spoken to her. That's what she said. She really said.
Okay,
that.
And Stella told you this, and you didn't pick up the phone to call the police. You need to be thrown under the jail along with your OC sisters. All y'all need to be sharing a jail cell wearing orange. All of y'all, and I bet you orange ain't your color either. How about that? But wear it proudly. I'm so tired of this privilege stuff because it's really getting on my nerves. Because every time I'm seeing looking at people that look like me getting thrown in left and right for some little violations and stuff like that on the rotation, like it's a disc going around and round. No, you need to be joining this circus too. Let's all join the merry-go-round together and let's see who's all in jail. These people need to stop because I'm really getting sick of it. And like what players saying on these college campuses, it gets ugly out there. It gets real ugly. And I heard some stories, I heard some whispers, and this is a problem where when you throw morality out and say, oh, my kids deserve a future. What about somebody else's kids? You don't think about them, do you?
No.
The ones that have to work real hard to scrub floors, send their children to school. What about them? But your little snot-nosed kid can run around because they got a little library named after you, or street named after you. You think it's okay for them to do whatever they want. Well, my kid has a future ahead of them, and you're going to make them our future judges, our future senators. This is why we have the problem we have in the upper echelon in the court systems, because their little snot-nosed kids are going to be our future. And they're like, well, we can't ruin their future. Like that one dude that did the R word with that girl behind the dumpster and said, oh, I don't want to ruin his future. Ruin his future? He already done ruined it. What the world? What is wrong with you people? There's something wrong. There's really something wrong with a lot of these people. And they want to act oblivious and come in the chat room talking about, why y'all talking about us? And why y'all saying we're like this? Because y'all would defend y'all brothers and sisters when they do some crazy like this. And then try to say, oh, we're the criminals. We don't do half this stuff and we get thrown in jail.
Oh, yeah. Not even 10%. Not even 10%. Yeah. Rocky B, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, did Shannon know that her daughter was already doing drugs and didn't say anything because they needed the show? Who knows? That's something to think about, I've heard things, and it's hard for me to accept because they're so young and they seem grounded, So when the person told me there's a lot of stuff going on in that household, oh, goodness gracious. It's just a lot.
I hate it, especially with this franchise. It does seem to be a pattern because as much as I loved Tamra Judge, I felt like reality TV was not the place for her son. And she kept allowing her son to show up on that show when she knew he had addiction issues. You have to take a stand as a mother, even if you need the check and you want it coming in, son, and her son was an adult, a young adult in his early 20s, but still, that son was going through a lot, and you could see it every season, every episode. Reality TV is not the place to deal with serious addiction problems. And that is where the network should step in at. Bronwyn and all the other ones who it's one thing if you drink too much and you may be in line to become an alcoholic. But Bronwyn, I can't remember the name, the Hilton sister on Beverly Hills, their addiction issues were way too much. It's almost like the bartender has the duty to cut you off Bravo has the duty to say, or should have the duty to say, you're not going to film this season. Go get help. Go check into rehab.
Oh yeah. But you know, like it's beyond the alcoholism. I mean, and then people. It's funny to me that people actually believe she's sober. It's like, come on, y'all, don't be so gullible. First of all, she's using the alcohol to cover up the nose candy and the needles and the other drugs. You know, there's an arsenal. Give me a break. Alcohol is the least of her problems. Tam says there's no way Kelly wouldn't have said something on screen. Well, she didn't. She didn't say it. Or she said it and they edited it out, you know, either or, but she definitely didn't. We didn't see it. Robin, thank you so much for the super chat. Monica, you saved her daughter's life. Trust me, I lived in the OC for over 20 years. Coke has always been popular. Oh, yeah. No circle, absolutely. It's a rich man's drug. Yeah.
And did you see? I don't even watch the show, but I seen the picture of Brahman. I'm like, oh yeah, that girl on something. I'm like, did you see the neck, the hands? And only God knows how the feet look. Oh my God. I'm like, this girl is crazy, doped out. I was like,
it's so obvious too. I don't understand how people see it. And I don't understand how people also, I wanted to address this. Shannon says there was no nose candy. Do y'all really believe that? Like, are people really that gullible? I had people tweeting me, you know, after Shannon made that statement, I had people tweeting me. She said no nose candy. It's like, y'all are really that stupid? Really? Yeah, I guess so. I guess they rely on people being that stupid and that's why they feed you this stuff. It's like, it don't even make no sense to me. Shannon also said that David didn't beat her. You know, when Vicky was saying David abuses Shannon, because Shannon would call Vicky, he's hitting me, he knocked me to my knees, he punched me, crying fits, right? And again, Vicky is my friend. So Vicky would tell me. Okay, Vicky would tell me. And then Vicky even had me speak to two of her friends that were at her house while Shannon was calling hysterically, saying David was beating on her. She swore up and down, David never put his hands on me. Then Radar Online published the police report. David was arrested for domestic violence for beating Shannon and took a plea deal. Okay? It's like, y'all really believe Shannon when she says? She's an alcoholic. David said that in the court documents. And then the whole custody battle that came out. He was scared to have his kids around her, but he finally gave up because, you know, he got a girlfriend. He done moved on with his life. So it is just a mess. It is just a mess. Yeah, pretty much. Wall Street is all cocaine. You're absolutely right. Yes. Yep. Schoolboy, you've been quiet. Sound off.
Because they trash. Bravo is trash. And I'm about to be just, you know, what the hell with Bravo on any show. I don't give a damn what it is, even if it's something I like. I'm about to be just like that. Okay, because it took Twitter, Black Twitter, 5 years to get that one executive up out of CBS that just got fired today for her not picking people of other races to be on shows like Big Brother or enough of making it all, you know, cohesive. So this is my thing. How long are they going to continue to keep insulting people's intelligence with the BS on TV? And you just said, you know, are people that dumb? Yeah, that's why we're in the bottom of education in the entire world. We're like 50 on the list. Yeah, because we are dumbing our children down with the TV and with the reality TV shows and the internet and all the crap that's on there. And parents don't care because all they're worried about is hanging out. And look at her. She looks like Snow White, just bleached out. She looks drunk there, high there. But yet, Bravo does not care. But yet, you will kick Phaedra off for something that can't nobody even prove that she even said. Can we prove it? Is there really any evidence? You know? But you will keep these people on here until y'all don't get tired of getting nothing at all. And there's no ratings to the show. So what is it really doing keeping all of them? What is it doing? what is it honestly doing for the
It's just
brand?
everybody is the CYA covering their asses because they know this is a criminal situation. They know that they were complicit in it. And the audacity to call to email me, of all people. Like, y'all should know by now. Don't do me. I'm not the one. I'm not. I'm really not. Try me if you want to, but I'm not the one.
I have a
And don't make me keep trying me. Do not make me post that email. Okay. I cannot wait to speak to the detective on Monday too. Put a call in. I spoke to his secretary and they're calling me back. I'm giving them everything. Everything. Y'all force my hand. Do not put baby in a corner and do not play with the lives of children. Okay, Bishop, you was gonna say something?
I had to let you get that out because that needs to be said. But what was that extraterrestrial that we just seen on the screen? What was that? I mean, seriously, golly, Jesus. She got hit by a Mack truck and backed up and hit again. What is that?
That's scary. That is freaking
What
scary.
is that?
Stop it, Bishop. That's the plastic surgery and the fillers.
Ooh, well, she need to sue her doctor. Her doctor did her dirty.
Is that when it goes wrong or what?
I don't even think it's the doctor. You know, they, for whatever reason, they don't know when to stop. It's some of it is good, but you get to a point where it's too much. She overfilled. Y'all, aging is natural. These laugh lines, these wrinkles, that's natural. It'll be okay. We know you're not 20 anymore.
Yeah.
Like, stop doing that to yourself.
They
I appreciate
look like crumpled up paper towel. That's what they look like when they break. They break bad. It's terrible.
Ooh-wee.
I would rather it be the natural way it's supposed to look than that. Because, like Bishop said, it looks like she has had an allergic reaction to something and needs to go somewhere and get a EpiPen.
Ooh, it looked like some spilled milk.
Something. Shannon's always having problems with her plastic surgery, and she gets it like once a year. You know, she gets fillers like every 3 months, but then she gets like the major, like a facelift every year.
And what's her name again?
Shannon Fedor.
Shannon, you looking like E.T. Let it go. Stop doing it. Oh God, I can only imagine. You know, oh God, I'm not even gonna say that. Jesus, take the wheel.
Seriously, Jesus, take the wheel. And we need Jesus now.
That's all I could think of when you played that other lady who I will not name, her video. I was like, what did she do with, I couldn't tell if it was the makeup or more plastic surgery, because she's never looked like that in previous seasons. I didn't watch this season. I refused because of her.
She's trying to get our melanin class.
She looked horrible.
She wants to be us.
On that Instagram video.
Is she the ones that was saying all the racist stuff and then now she's trying to say she black?
Yeah. I need to see that 23andMe.
I was gonna bring that up. This nut job. So somebody at the reunion calls her racist. I think it was Bronwyn or one of them on the stage said, "You're racist," and she is. I used to speak to her brother Eric every day. I would literally be in the car pickup line to pick up my baby, and he would help me keep the time going. I have to sit in the car for about an hour and a half. If you don't get in them car pickup lines early, forget about it. You down the street. So he would literally help me pass time. He would just sit there and talk and talk and talk. We called it the daily update. And let me tell you, child, our family is so dysfunctional. Eric told me that Kelly uses the N-word regularly. She does not like black people. He told me all about the cocaine, how she beat up Michael, the ex-husband Michael, and he has a restraining order against her. He had put out one against her because she used to beat him up regularly. He told me that Michael was bisexual and had herpes. I put a blog out about that. That's what Eric said. Eric, Kelly Dodd's brother. And I believe him. None of that stuff is far-fetched. He said that Kelly used to degrade Michael all the time. And one time they went out to eat at a restaurant. She started shouting at him. And she's like, "That's why you got herpes." I mean, most of America got herpes and some, herpes simplex 1, the lip sores, but I think he got the 2 down there. He got the 2,
not the number 1, the number 2.
He got the 2. So yeah, Eric used to give me, he hated Kelly. OMG. I never seen a brother hate a sister so much. And he would spill all the tea. She's a full-blown racist. She hates Black people, y'all. She does. I know y'all be riding for her, but she really does. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know what that looks like. I know what that looks like, Monica. That herpes. I work for colon and rectal doctors, and when people have to come in there with genital warts, and so I have to look in the file and I can see the photos. Yeah. That ain't nothing you want. That's all I'm gonna say. That ain't nothing nobody going.
Yeah, I used to do microbiology for my science field, and that was some nasty looking stuff. I still had the book, and I can't even look at it in my microbiology. But she had to be on something for her to think that we believe that she's Black. Really?
Well, yeah, she up here Black.com. That test that fake stuff. Stuff is so fake. Y'all don't do that. Don't waste your money on that nonsense. Anyway, she took that and it said that she was like a percentage of Black. And ever since then, she's been saying, I have Black in me. How could I hate Black Lives Matter? Even though she called them terrorists and she was saying all kinds of stuff about Black Lives Matter, she goes, I have a percentage of Black in me. She's so crazy. I don't pay Kelly Dodd no mind. That's right. Mm-hmm.
Black is a construct. Just because you got African ancestor DNA in you, it does not mean you're Black. You didn't have the Black experience. I'm like, what is wrong with you?
But she's crazy stuff up. She knows that ancestry results aren't right, and please, she does not identify with being Black. She's mocking Black people. If you ask me, it's a joke for her. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's not something you could put on and take off.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
If that's the case, can we go around and say we white and get to use their privilege?
Benefit?
Because I would love to.
As white as this hat. Yes, I'm white. This hat is white. Mm-hmm. I want the privilege and get all the benefits of being Black.
Yeah.
But yeah, let me go ahead and do that one good time. Shoot.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. She's such a crazy person, Kelly Dodd, to say that I'm Black. Really? Girl, stop it. All right, y'all. Moving on from these crazy people in the OC and their heavy drama, Married to Medicine tea. Y'all, so Dr. Heavenly is finally praising Mariah Huq for creating Married to Medicine. Can y'all believe that?
Sound like a storyline to me.
Yeah. Right? I mean, she's now saying, Dr. Heavenly, for those that don't know, she's a star of Married to Medicine. She's a dentist, a YouTube blogger, and she sells bundles of hair too.
That's the first one I heard. The dentist. Your teeth and hair.
And Monica, why you picked that photo? That was a bad weed photo. That was bad. That was shady.
Well, she says she want to open up a beauty supply now too. That's her next goal. Her career aspiration is to open up a beauty supply. And she said, news soon to come. So, girl, listen, okay. Yeah. Heavenly, after years of feuding with Mariah and spreading rumors that Mariah sold her rights to the show and that she didn't cast anything, she didn't create anything, she's finally admitting that Mariah did create the show Married to Medicine. And she says she gives her credit for creating the show. She says Mariah did a hell of a job casting the show and that she has to give her props. I was very, very shocked. She even went on to say that the show Married to Medicine has helped her and her family out financially. She's very grateful for the opportunity. And in regards to Mariah's lawsuit, she says that she's going to stay quiet about it because she doesn't know all the details in the matter. And by the way, I have an update about that lawsuit coming next week for you guys. Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
She not going to be quiet. You're 2 days and 5 hours late, Missy. You should have been quiet. What the world is wrong with these people? I think it's for a storyline, but it's just like, ma'am. And also, I'm with Scuba on this. Could we stop selling hair? We already got all the folks selling hair. Folks putting out singles. Can we stop with the non-singing folks and all this hair venturing? Could we do something original or something different? You was a dentist. I was glad to see a dentist on TV, a black dentist. Make that exciting. Show people that they didn't get their teeth done. Don't no longer have to put them gold grills in their mouth no more. Show me some pearly white teeth. Shoot, I've been sporting that since 6th grade. And everybody wanted to cover their teeth up. I'm like, I ain't covering my teeth up. My parents paid too much money for these teeth. What the world are you talking about? And I'm like, come on, make that cool. But we doing weaves again, really?
Yeah, we doing weaves. Melissa, thank you so much for the super chat. She said, "Hey, my girl Monica, my CIA of the housewives. I don't know who that is. One of the housewives' husband. Oh, you mean Sean? Yeah. Bronwyn's husband, Sean, said, try and say you've been sued. Blah blah blah. Yeah, he said I was sued by Kim Zolciak and Kelly Dodd, and I challenged him to find a case number. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I've been blogging now for eight years, and praise God, I have not been sued once. I've been sent some cease and desist now, and I usually put them in the G file. That's the garbage. But I have never been sued, and praise God for that. And it says, but Up and Adam set him straight. Thank you, Up and Adam. That's my friend. Shout out to Up and Adam. Thank you for setting them straight. That's right. So if he says that, that's okay. You can say whatever you want, but prove it. Show me a case number. Right?
And
Right,
he's
Clem?
with the business that ain't functional no more.
Yeah, he's the one that they were starting this business about Black Lives Matter or some sort of something to do with Black Lives Matter, but the phone number don't work. The phone's been disconnected and the business is now defunct.
Woo, woo, woo. This line, you have to call.
Yeah. And someone had said, and I don't know how true this is, someone said he claimed to be a neurologist, a doctor, but that's false. He's not. He's not a doctor. So I don't know if he's going around claiming to be one.
Monica, that was a high compliment. Girl, you know what the CIA is, like for the government, the Central Intelligence Agency.
I know that. But
so she's calling you. Yeah, you are the Central Intelligence Agency of the housewives. You have all the confidential.
Oh, the classified files. Okay,
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take that.
Now join the government.
Thank
the
you.
confidential tea.
Thank you. I'll take it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And classified, highly classified too. Documentation.
G14.
That's right. G14 is the government level. That's right. How Unique Goddess says, how do you sell hair when your hair don't be on point? Lace front showing and ish. Stick to what you know, child.
She barely can stick to the teeth.
Right. Oh, her own teeth look jacked up. I mean,
right. That right there.
Bernice says, I love Adam. I love Adam too. Adam is a good guy. Yeah.
But her beauty supply is not even hers. The one that she has online is Leah Diaz's beauty shop. What is she? I mean, so is she partnering with her? Because she's the one that's got 2 down here in Dallas. She's spreading out. So I'm trying to figure out what is Heavenly. Heavenly just need to stop. Sit down.
Maybe she's partnering with Leah, I think, and they're probably going to bring it to Atlanta. But how many beauty supplies do you need in Atlanta?
Really?
She's probably doing a franchise, but we've already said it. Heavenly will do anything that makes money. Anything. So look, go forth and be great. I wouldn't be shopping there, but have at it, sis.
I know.
More patience.
All right, y'all. Hey, D, thank you so much for the super chat. D says, keep up the good work, all about the tea and the panel. Yes. Thank you, D. We appreciate you. Oh my goodness, y'all. Let me dive into this Eric and Tom Girardi lawsuit mess. So Tom Girardi is being accused of fraud again. Yikes. Okay. And his brother is intervening to help him fight his legal battles. So last week, Tom's brother, Robert Girardi, asked the bankruptcy judge to appoint him as his brother's guardian. According to Robert, his brother was going downhill cognitively, I guess entering dementia. However, Jay Edelson of Edelson PC. Now, let me tell y'all something. This Edelson PC has been keeping his foot on Tom Girardi's neck. Okay. He is like, I don't know, it might be a personal thing because he is filing motion after motion to stop everything. Okay. So Jay Edelson of Edelson PC filed a motion in opposition to the appointment, calling the idea fraud on the court. Tom's brother is alleging that he is incompetent and unable to act for himself because he's suffering from short-term memory loss. Now, the man is 83. I mean, I know there are some 83-year-olds that are sharp as a whip, but I don't know, According to Robert, his statement to the court was, "My brother is incapable of realizing and understanding the repercussions of the bankruptcy filings pending against him and his law firm, notwithstanding having explained to him over and over by various people," or he could be acting.
He is in Beverly Hills.
Right, he is on the Housewives. I mean, they pretend, it's all an act. Furthermore, my brother is not capable of making rational decisions with respect to his financial responsibilities and offers solutions and opinions that are factually impossible. However, Jay Edelson is calling the claim that Thomas is mentally incompetent a sham and a scandal, a sham, because the former Powerhouse attorney had no issues in his communication with Edelstein and his staff as recently as December 2020. Schoolboy, you got yourself on mute, baby.
Was this Todd bringing us the bullshit again? Because ain't no way you gonna tell me all of a sudden you got dementia. You just, oh my God, I don't know where I am, and they need to stop playing. That brother is helping him siphon some money somewhere. They got a plot that they done came up with so he could evade and get on up out of this case, and probably throw Erika under the bus so he could get off and ride off into the sunset. I hope the judge don't fall for the bull.
So December 2020, Tom Girardi was in his law office and answering questions perfectly fine. As soon as he left, he was like, he got home, got his brother on the phone and was like, "It's on. Plan B."
Where am I?
Edelson also pointed out that Tom allegedly strung his clients along and then cut them off when they accused him of lying. Oh, child, Schoolboy, sound off on this legal mess.
Those they behinds in jail. Him and her don't pass go, don't collect $200, throw them in jail. They sorry people. How you gonna be stealing from orphans? How you gonna be stealing from people who homes blew up, people done died? Y'all is trash. They need to go to jail. And you know what? If everybody else going to jail, he go too. They got a hospital ward over there that can treat his old dementia at the jail. He be all right. And Erika talking about she done dialed down to a $1 million condo. She scaled back. So where did you get the money monthly to pay for the $1 million condo? But you in court crying, talking about you trying to sell your clothes and they done froze you from doing that. Somebody's lying. I need the judge to throw a book at him, get her off of Beverly Hills, and let's just call it a day.
Well, before they get her off of Beverly Hills, if I might, I can interject. I need this all documented.
Probably laying up at her new sugar daddy's house. I mean, for all we know,
I need that documented too. I bet you some nice, strong black man. I bet you.
Child, please, our lawyer on the panel, sound off on this legal drama.
It's not surprising. It's a number one defense when somebody, especially at his age, because like you said, he's in his 80s. So it's a very simple legal defense. The first thing they're going to try to bring into question is his competency, his mental competency. They're going to try to have competency hearings to see if he's competent enough to stand trial. And so they're just like little doggy treats. They're just laying the foundation and, creating the speculation that, well, maybe he really didn't know what he was doing. Maybe he does have dementia or Alzheimer's. And if you don't have the capacity, you can't be held liable for your wrongs. So it will take a bunch of hearings. Hopefully the feds have good intel on the house. Maybe they got some wires and some taps going on in there on the phone calls where they can hear him being lucid. It's easy for somebody to act like, where am I? They ask silly questions. Who's the president? And people will say something like Nixon. What year is this? It's very easy to prep your client to act like you don't have the capacity. That's why you need the undercover things to come out. They'll get a psychiatrist that they pay. Not saying that all psychiatrists or anybody can be bought, but some definitely can. And so they'll shop him around. That's why when you see courts do things like that, they'll have the court appointed psychiatrist, and usually the defense will go get their own psychiatrist. So then you now have competing reports of people who say they're competent or they're not competent. Right. And as far as Miss Erika, child, like I said last time, she's still over there living off of Beverly Hills money and that Savage Fenty money, which I need Rihanna to cut her off of. I'm sick of seeing her bony butt on Instagram with them drawers on. That's how she do a post every day. I'm like, how much money? What is the pay scale for these influencers with Fenty? Because it's like some of them get packages in modeled underwear, but it looked like she put up a new picture every day with the hashtags with Fenty. So I both of them need to go to jail, but the likelihood of it just depends on how hard those federal prosecutors go. And Edelson PC probably does have they either have a personal bone to pick, or they're just trying to jump in because they are also a class action law firm. Yeah. So they either want to take over since Girardi's firm is, on the outs. They want to capture that audience and say, hey, we're the next big class action law firm in California. And they get the publicity of everything that's going on with them. So for them, it's a win either way.
I just want to shout out our Korean teacup. Thank you so much for the 119,000 Korean won. Thank you. That pretty much translates to about 100 US. Thank you. That's very, very kind of you. I wish I could pronounce your name. If you could maybe give us the English translation of your name in the chat, I would really appreciate that. Thank you. And also want to shout out Miss Leah. Thank you so much for the super chat. She goes, did Tom come in with a neck brace and a wheelchair with a blanket on his legs? That's next, child. That is next. And that Edison PC might just push his ass out the chair and make him walk, because he is on his behind like white on rice. He is not playing with Mr. Girardi or Erika. Erika too. He's accusing both of them of being frauds,
And man, if I was one of the lawyers, I would probably start a fire up under his seat so he can jump up. I'm like, look, he's healed. He's healed. Look at him. Look at God. But let me say this. Now, if America's dad, Bill Cosby, can go to jail, I'm sorry, Santa Claus can go to jail too. I'm sorry, old Saint Nick, who looked like an old busted tomato in them pictures you just showing us, because you look super red, like you tried to get a tan, but it failed. But he can go to jail too. Jolly old Saint Nick, ho, ho, ho. You are in the next cell with your, yes, he can go to jail with her. I mean, they look like they can look like a lovely couple in orange. I'm telling y'all, I'll be handing out sentencing to all these folks on the West Coast down below. You know,
Well,
this is why I'm trying to get out of California. There's too much going on out here.
Since it's in federal court, there is a high likelihood of it. Like I said last time, baby, American Greed, just watch it. You will see the feds don't play. They will have all kind of evidence. He think he gonna get away with it. They'll have people watching him, trailing him every appointment he goes to, every time he gets out of the car.
Right.
If he wants to claim he's incompetent, it's gonna be an uphill battle.
It really will be. But at 83, what do you have to do besides stay home and watch some TV? It can't be that hard, you know? And he's smart. He's not going to get on the phone and say much. He'll mumble on the phone. He probably only will talk to people he trusts, 100%. And that's kind of hard too, you know? I mean, me personally, I don't trust anybody 100%. People have different variations. Some people I trust 80%. Some people I trust 60%. Some people I trust 10%. Some people 0. So, I mean, he's a smart, he still has his, come on, Tom Girardi, you playing the game with these people. It's sad because you stole from innocent orphans and family members and that kind of stuff. It's pretty disgusting. But I mean, hey, he's probably been conning his whole life. It ain't nothing new. Thank you. Jamal lives in the phone.
He's now in that binder.
We now live in that binder. That's right. Thank you for the super chat that you sent in a few days ago. Appreciate you. See how God's blessings work. You give and you get. You give love and the love will come back to you. That's right. Amen. Oh my goodness. These people are some. Why don't we add some people to the chat? Hey, Shanitra. Hey, girl.
Hey, Miss Shanitra.
Hey, boo.
Good to see y'all, honey. Players, I was waiting to get a good look at the lipstick. You look good. You're always doing it. What color is that? What's the name of that color?
Oh, this is Soft Twerk from the Crayon Case. This is their lip gloss.
Oh, yes. Shout out to Super Scent. I love the Crayon Case.
That's fly for no reason. I like that.
Oh,
Thank you.
Now, listen,
I have a little purple lip liner under it just to bring it out from Crayon Case as well, but the gloss is Soft Twerk.
Oh, Soft Twerk.
Okay, Soft Twerk. Hello.
Let it work.
Is a New Orleans native. That's my boo. She is just amazing.
You gotta love Scent. You gotta love.
Oh,
yes. But now you know y'all wrong for picking at that old man for trying to play like he got all the time. Y'all know
he wrong for stealing. He out here stealing from the children.
Ooh, listen, that old man is something. I want to see if he get away with it. Like, I mean, we were just talking about, the fabulosity of privilege. So anything's possible. So I just want to know if he get away with it at this point. That's all I'm interested in seeing. Because y'all know a few years back, who was that fella stole all them people's retirement money and he got away?
Bernie Madoff.
Madoff, yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? It's, this is still America, so it's 50-50.
People are so gullible too. People are so gullible,
Yes. But you know what, Monica, they gullible when you got the right complexion. Hello, good night.
Well, yeah.
You can be crazy as a chimp. You can run around here in your drawers with a football helmet on and a cowboy hat on top, shooting at people with a banana. If you my complexion, you going to jail and you ain't crazy. And that's what you need to know.
Not a banana.
That's for all the kids in the back. It don't matter how crazy you are. When you look like us, you ain't crazy. Go to prison.
You said shooting people
with a whole banana loaded. Straight to prison. That's where they gonna put you. That's what they're gonna put you. They're gonna put you up under the jail. You and your banana.
Under the jail, yeah, you be under the jail, yeah. While they give them probation.
Yeah, and you ain't, and get this, and you're not gonna even get a chance to steal that kind of money. You gonna take 2 loose cigarettes and a piece of double mint, and straight to jail you go. That's where you're going. And don't you get it twisted. Don't even think about it.
Don't even think it. Don't. That's why you didn't see no. That's why you didn't see no black people down at Capitol Hill, but they had a few.
Yeah, you know, it's always a couple of, you know, silly people that want to be included where we ain't got no business. Okay, that wasn't none of our business. Okay, that was not a revolution. That was a privolution. Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That was a whole privolution. They had fools on private jets talking about we going to the revolution. If you don't get out of here,
they can barely hear you.
Oh goodness!
They can't hear me.
They can barely hear you. You kind of low.
Oh, well, let me turn the mic up. I thought y'all could hear me. My bad. Can y'all hear me?
Well, we can hear you, but the audience, some people said they couldn't hear earlier.
Turn up a little bit, or speak into the microphone a little bit.
Well, let me talk a little louder. Let me get in the mic. Okay. Now, here's the other thing. When it came to that girl with them drugs, okay, we may as well let that go. We may as well let that go. And what I mean by that is what I said about Bravo before. It's art imitating life. Okay? This is how these people live. This is what they do. And it ain't gonna change. And guess what else? It ain't none of my doggone business. Now the day you offer my baby some booger sugar, I'm gonna powder your nose and your behind. We're gonna powder all that. Now, as long as you stay away from my children with your booger sugar, your Molly water, your Molly wop, whatever else you got going on, just keep that over there, okay? Because this is art imitating life. They are showing you what it is. And Bravo is showing you what it is. This is the privilege show. Okay, Bravo slip been hanging so long. It's down around the ankles, okay?
Oh,
it's down the ankles. It ain't even hanging no more. It just done fell off. You know how like that good sister that shout real good in church and forget that spin. You know, if she get to cutting that step and hit that spin and that slip just drop, that's Bravo right now. The wig done came loose and everything. Okay? No, they're not finna report it. Now, had that been somebody over in Atlanta offering people, you know, some funny substances. Oh, we got to fire you, honey. We
gotta shut down production. We gotta shut down production.
Yes, we're gonna do all of that.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. But see, Bravo is the privilege show right now. This is the D class in the Bravo. You are seeing them on their way down. They've done too much dirt, and now the chickens are coming home to roost. Let me tell you something. They used to tell us that you get by, but you never get away. See, people do dirt and they assume because there was no instant karma that it wasn't coming. That's what they thought. Oh, it's coming. It's showing up coming. It's got your address and it's gonna slow walk you down. And now that's what we're looking at. Because you see, Andy done got embarrassed again, lying online. Talking about Gizzard Neck ain't had no meltdown. And people went to playing with a heifer said herself she had a meltdown. It's the truth. Just lying for no reason. All of it just coming on out, and nobody is sparing them. Nobody is sparing them. And it's pitiful, but I'm gonna tell y'all, this is entertaining to watch. I'm enjoying it. And for that one, they say she heard about the Molly water, but she didn't hear about the C word. She didn't hear about the booger sugar. Ain't y'all proud of how tolerant she is of the Molly water? She's so tolerant.
And the audience too. People, well, you know, Twitter is full of a bunch of Karens and Kevins, and they were like, "Oh, you were wrong. What the hell do you think the good stuff is? I mean, how stupid do you have to be to not know what the good stuff is?"
But get this, even if you didn't know about the good stuff, you knew about the Molly water. That ain't.
And the other thing, Tanisha, don't forget the other things. Yeah. The only reason why she don't want to admit to the cocaine is because I outed her cocaine usage.
Right. See, you had already aired that girl out. That's why she did that. But I'm gonna tell you, her tolerance is impressive. She can tolerate everything but a mask, can't she? Don't ask her to put no mask on.
Right. Oh yeah. Masks don't work. According to Kelly, they don't work.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work. But you know that fancy vitamin water with the Molly in it, that'll work though.
She sells that vitamin water. She with you, girl. Hey, I'll be cracking up all night.
I'm just keeping it real and get this. And we got to touch on Heavenly and her teeth and her wig, all of it together. Just one good touch, okay? I ain't gonna snatch her wig off, but I'm gonna touch it. First of all, what I'm most shocked at is that she finally had enough sense to say, I don't know something, so I'm gonna be quiet.
Right.
How
Yeah.
long did it take this heifer to say, I don't know something, so I'm gonna be quiet? She been sitting up there, she got more mouth than Van Camp got poking beans. This heifer mouth is running like she got C. diff, like she got dysentery of the mouth.
Trout mouth.
Good old trout mouth. Bad enough your mouth wide, good Lord, as the Red Sea. But you can't shut it for nothing. Can't shut it for nothing. And all that talk, it don't make no sense. You know, she make other Floridians look bad. Let me just say this for the record. She do not represent the rest of us at all. Okay? She don't. You sitting up there, first of all, you the dentist with bad teeth. Now you want to be the wig lady with bad hair. And first of all, Quad started that mess talking about she was gonna sell a wig, sitting up there with her stocking cap showing out on them people's television. So now here come Heavenly, like, well, let me sell some bad hair. Heavenly ought to be ashamed of herself. She ought to be.
Oh my goodness.
Walking around looking like that. And that's just silly because Mariah said that man was cheating on her. Why wouldn't he cheat on her?
You right?
I want her to cheat on her. Go cheat on yourself with a good beautician.
Whose stocking cap was showing?
Quad, because she don't got no edges. She's all forehead. Quad, she don't got edges, so she's all forehead.
She looked like Smeagol off Lord of the Rings when you pull off all that stuff. If that girl want to run from the law, all she got to do is wipe off her makeup and snatch off her wig.
Oh Lord!
You say she can? So you saying she take off her wig and her makeup? She can be hiding in plain sight.
In plain sight, all she got to do is sit there and say the precious. You'll never.
Sinatra, girl, I'ma call you later. Bye.
All right, girl.
My love.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, tomorrow I forgot, Sinatra, I forgot to tell you. Tomorrow we are going to recap Versus and Bell Collective. So we need you. We need you. Marlette, thank you so much for the super chat. She goes, y'all keep me entertained through the week, especially at work. Keep it up. Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate you. All right. Whew, let me recover from that, okay?
I think my edges is gone too. I don't know what's going on.
Hey, Sal. Off of mute. Hi, take yourself off of mute. We can't hear you.
Hello, panel. How are you guys doing tonight?
Good. How are you? Finally, you made it.
I finally made it. Listen, I'm recovering from Shanita. She had me. I was sitting here dying. Anyways, what I wanted to do, I wanted to go through the panel real quick. I don't want to take up much time. Schoolboy, I love you. I love your facial expressions. It's everything. Comments are awesome. Plez, lipstick is popping. You're great. I love your intros. Every time Monica says sound off, I like the way you come in. Bishop, you're a regular comedian, dude. You have me rolling. One suggestion though, for those of us that are hard of seeing, can you get a thicker marker for your bulletin board? I'd appreciate that because those comments are awesome. Monica,
Amazon.
Monica, the queen, awesome platform.
Thank you.
Awesome platform.
Thank you, brother.
I just want to quickly comment on the Housewives of Orange County. Shame on Shannon. Shame on Broadwin and shame on Broadway. I mean, Bravo, because we all are mandated reporters. Anytime we see a vulnerable part of our population being neglected, abused, or mistreated. So whether they want to take the accountability or not, we are all mandated reporters. When we get information or we see or we observe something, we are mandated to report it. So shame on them. I used to like Bravo. Now I'm getting a little bit disgusted with it because they used to compare themselves as to not being like Love and Hip Hop. Well, I think I'm finding a lot of similarities now. And in regards to Erika, shame.
Yeah.
Shame. All of it. You're frauds. You deliver one thing to the audience when in reality you're living a whole different life. And they're idiots because it's all going to come out on camera at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And heavenly, last but not least, heavenly. Hashtag shut up. Close your mouth.
Thank you.
It's like a broken record. Nobody wants to hear it. I love you guys.
I love you. Calling in, you know, Stout. Is your name Stout?
Stout 411.
Stout DM'd me, and he's very, very supportive on Instagram. And I kept telling him, call in. I'm so happy you called in. And you need to call in every show.
I am going to try. And another thing, I'm a bone collector.
Oh,
but
okay.
I don't dig for bones. I gather bones that are available to all of us and collect them.
Okay.
And my bones are factual.
Mm-hmm.
There's something I observed that maybe somebody else doesn't see. Those are the type of bones that I collect, but it's all in the goodness of entertainment.
I love that. You need to call more often and send me some bones. I love bones in the DMs.
I will.
All right.
All right.
You have a blessed night. Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye. Love you too. Big Sis Speaks. Thank you so much for the super chat. She goes, now we can't even call our little babies sugar booger anymore. What next? I know. It's sad, girl. It's sad.
I just want to clarify for my sis Monica when she says bones in her DMs. Mm-hmm. She's talking about gossip. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
Because I know some of y'all out there.
I didn't even realize that. Oh, girl, thank you.
Yeah, be careful with that.
That's a federal crime. You will get blocked and deleted so fast. Do not. I don't want to see none of that stuff.
My fellas, don't do that. Don't do it to
I don't even want to see it.
I'm so special ed. I didn't even know what that meant. Oh, okay. Because I don't be playing in them DMs. Okay, but
Don't do it, fellas.
Gossip only. That's the type of bone collecting gossip, not no other bone.
I'm glad you said that, players, because some of my fellas might be watching this. I'm like, don't send it.
People be sending it. Oh, nasty. Sending that up out there. You don't know who all up in the cloud.
No, that's right.
You don't know.
I don't want to see that stuff. What makes you think I even want to see it? Ew. I don't want to see it. I'm so busy. I don't have time for none of that crap. Anyway, thank you for clarifying. And I appreciate that. I'm going to add Mabel to the chat. Hey, Miss Mabel.
Hey, Miss
Mabel.
Hey, boo. So first of all, Sinitra, oh my gosh, I couldn't breathe for a minute. She is just something. Something. So, you know, I always come to, so let me explain this. You know, my skin tone is white, but I think I'm black. I'm just going to let y'all know that, okay? I got 8 black children, but now, and I can say that because I don't have any white friends anymore. Let's just keep it real. Everybody I know is black. So when I hear a white person's standpoint, I'll be like, you fucking Karen, Kevin, for any woman. Now, I know how black women are with their children. That stuff, sorry, I try not to cuss, that stuff that Shannon did would not have happened, because if it had happened, she would have got her ass dealt with as well as Bronwyn. How is it that you can find it okay for your child's safety, maybe her sobriety? We don't know what Stella's going through or doing at that time either, that you would put a grown woman before your child. A grown woman. That's what women do when the little girls come and say, you know, Uncle's been touching on me. Mm-hmm. They put those people before their children. You're no better than that person. You have, and if I was David, I understand the girls are older and one's in college now and the other 2 are still in the home. I would be all over the blogs telling all of her business, all of it, because you have put my child, and she ain't no Barbie. She had broke down Barbie. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm looking like Gollum, like Nitra said. But I can't understand. I can't understand that. I don't understand how a person, a woman, a parent, a mother would put her child before, would put money, I believe it's money, fame, whatever it is before her, the wellness. Dr. Heavenly. Dr. Heavenly. Why she keep talking? Why she got a YouTube channel? Does anybody even watch it? No, for real.
No, I don't.
Because the last time I heard anything about her was when and you know, I don't watch a lot of the shows, when the man, I think it's that's having the baby on the girl. It's something Loving Atlanta. I can't remember what it's called, y'all. But he was putting his wife's business out there, talking about she had an abortion and stuff. So that's the kind of people you surround yourself with and you have on a YouTube channel. That just shows who she is with her hairline. I like her teeth, though. Y'all don't make fun of me. At least we know she know how to do them, right? But I can't believe that she gave Mariah credit for giving her money and a job. I can't believe that happened.
I know. And saying that, acknowledging Mariah actually created the show and did a fabulous job casting it. You know, oh, girl.
Well, you know why? Because she got that lawsuit. You know, she could go after anybody, can't she? Mm-hmm. Because Heavenly was saying that Mariah didn't. Mariah was this and Mariah was that, and she was only talent, and she put stuff out there too. So I'm just saying, you know, you might want to clean that up real quick. Because and I believe Mariah has a good case. I know, Monica, you've shown things and talked about things that you know, so that proves that she has what she needs to get these people. Mm-hmm. So now it's time for Heavenly to clean it up and make it look like, oh no, I always had your back. No, you didn't. Mm-hmm. Because when they did her like they did her, like they did Buffy, like they've done so many other people, you allowed that. And you let them tear another Black woman down. I made a comment when you put that post up, Miss Monica, on Twitter about what Shannon had did. And I made the comment because you spoke about Phaedra. Let's make it clear. They will save the white bees all day, every day, but they are out to steal, kill, and destroy the Black family, the Black livelihood, Black reputation. They don't care.
They don't care.
Because at the end of the day, a lot of the people that are watching that may have that mindset of the white person. Well, that's just what Black people are anyway. Mm-hmm. Or, you know, they like to use the N-word.
We saw how easy Andy Cohen went on Kelly Dodd at the reunion after everything she said. It was just like, oh, you know, people say that you did this. He was barely attacking her, and you could tell.
Like, well, what do you want me to do? I don't know. Apologize, be sincere, mean what you say. And just because she says she got Black in her don't mean nothing, because I got Black in me every night. Now, how about that? Did you get that, schoolboy?
And the nominees go to for Best Actress on a Groovy Night.
Miss Mabel. Now, Miss Mabel, come on.
Those them bones we was just talking about.
Yeah.
I can use them bones in my DM, but no, I'm just
you all hear that, Miss Mabel?
You
it's been a while now.
Hey, but I love you guys. I know you have other people waiting, but I just want to let you know, you guys make my day so much better with y'all. The seriousness, and the comedy. That makes it worth everything, because even when you bring the shade, you try to make it so it's not too deep. Mm-hmm. But when you're talking about a child, like you said, Miss Monica, all bets are off for everybody. Mm-hmm. Yep. You can't do that. And there's entirely too much crap going on in this world right now, any damn way, to sacrifice a child. And that's kind of what Shannon did. Mm-hmm. So if they canceled the whole show, I wouldn't be upset. I was, I didn't watch it either. I would see little snippets, but good Lord.
I know.
The audacity. But I love you guys. Have a great night.
Have a great night.
Love you guys.
I just want to acknowledge 2 cash apps. One from Dee Marie. Thank you so much for the cash app. And another one from Kathy Vanyo. Kathy says, thank you for protecting the babies. You're welcome. You're welcome. And Dee Marie said, you did a good deed, girl. Much respect. Thank you. Thank you, sis. I appreciate y'all. Let me see who. I'm gonna add Lakeisha to the chat. Hey, boo.
Hi guys.
Hey.
How are you?
My love.
Well, I want to sound off. I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna start from the end on back. So let's talk about Erika. I think actually they should pin her with her husband. They did what's her name? Teresa Giudice. They did her and her husband for the fraud that they did. And I think Erika should go down with it. And I actually think they should have it on Bravo. Like Bishop said, I want to see it play out first. You guys know I want to see all the drama and the juice and the dirt fall out first. And then, you know, then we could move on. But I also think that Bravo, like everybody's been saying, it needs to do some cleaning, some deep cleaning. And what is it called when pastors take a sabbatical? They need to go on a sabbatical, seriously, and need to think about these options and these shows and what they're letting fly and what they're choosing to highlight, and what they're choosing to forgive. Like, man, I mean, first off, for you to have somebody like Kelly Dodd, like it's I told you I don't watch the show. When I found out she was racist, I don't watch it. I choose not to get myself upset about it. But when it comes to hearing that these kids are involved, and thank you, Monica, for the well check of that child. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. No one has the child's best interests at heart.
No. Because it's normalized. That's the word. It is so normalized, and it's scary. That is scary. I mean, actually, from hearing of it, because I didn't watch the show, but from hearing all of it, it's almost like the girl could be exposed to it or doing other things herself. Do you understand? Like, that's what it sounds like. And yeah, it is very predatorial. You get this girl along you, I don't know. Like, y'all know people be touching, and that's. And you even know, why even document this lady's journey? I wouldn't document anybody's journey for their well care of them being an alcoholic and they're still using other substances, like the Tamar thing. I think why document that? Let that lady heal. Nobody wants to see that. We want to see you when you came through it, not when you're still doing other things or you're mentally struggling. Like,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we don't want to see it. It's tough to watch, and even sadder how these networks. And I don't want to bash Mona Scott, but
that was that. I mean, seriously, that lady, mental health. She has a child to live for, and stop it. Just stop. Stop. She's begging and pleading, and all these other women who used to be up under Mona Scott, begging and pleading for their mental health. Like. You have to. At some point, it's not about the dollar. Where is our, the world's ethical values? That's another thing. People are really so desensitized to emotions in real life because everything's on TV that there's no ethical values there. Like, at some point, you do have to put yourself in that person's shoes. And that's why I say I like the drama on TV, but I would not dare want that close to me in my life. No. I don't want it. And, off a serious point, we're going to go to Dr. Heavenly. I mean, she had a list. She has a list now that she got her teeth done. I don't know if you guys noticed that. It's like, I don't know. They put too much. It's a mess. It is a mess. It is a mess. She's a mess. I mean, but she does bring good drama, though, She does. She don't have drama with anybody because Claude was her friend. Remember, she was like, when they were skipping dinners and stuff, oh, Claude, come over, and they were doing stuff together. They're not going to Mariah's parties. But now you turned on her and said she had booty injections. And then she had to like out you for having a lap band, which you've actually tried to mumble up under your breath for years that you haven't. Like, come on, Heavenly. Stop it. Stop. Like, she got outed. Like, but you guys are supposed to be friends. You get what I'm saying? Like, everything is a double entendre, and then they turn on themselves. I like it again to watch it for the drama, but Heavenly, stop it. I just want her to stop. Focus on your dental business and daddy and the daughter. Ooh, the daughter be getting her straight. That daughter be telling her, So yeah, that was all, guys. I'm happy to
Thank you, my love, Lakeisha. It's a mess. You know, my big sis, thank you for the super chat. She goes, they might need God for real. No, they need God. That's what's missing in the equation. God's not there. There's no love. You know, they're not pumping any love back out into the atmosphere. All they care about is money. And money is not the root of all evil. It's the love of money. They love it more than their children. They will sell their babies like Shannon pretty much did. You know, it's sad. It's really, 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 really sad. I cried, y'all. I did. I ain't gonna even lie to you.
And I can see that being very tough. You know, you get what I'm saying? Like, to even interject, but you at some point somebody has to. Like, you know, these kids are screaming out. They need, you know, you need somebody. They need help. They need somebody to protect them. Dr. Hill is good.
There ain't nothing heavenly about her.
No, nothing. Those teeth or the wigs. Who's buying it? Who's buying it? At least Candace upped her game, because Candace was selling. You remember Candace was selling weave, and we were like, it was 16 bundles too thick. Her and her mama, and I was like, who is buying this hair? Thank God for somebody. Now, I mean, because she has somebody who's fixed it, but that other stuff she had the seasons before, it looked like a carpet.
It did, but it was always laid.
You ask me.
It was always laid. Yeah, behind Monique, her hair was always laid. Yeah,
I think Monique actually helped her, probably put her on to a stylist, because, and I think I don't know. I'm just speaking. I think she also helped Karen, because Karen wigs, she seen the montage. They had them the wigs back in the day. You know, Karen wigs laid now. And now they just need to help Giselle.
Nah, ain't nobody need to help her. She need to go back to Satan, where she came from.
They need to help Giselle and Robin.
They can't afford it.
Oh my! See, Robin,
I can't afford it.
The stripes, Lord Jesus, Skid Row,
tracks, four edges. I mean, thank God for the reunion. She came together for the reunion, because I did not know she was painting those on until, Monica, you said it one time when she stole Jermaine Jackson's identification of a hairline. I was like,
the DNA. It's all in the DNA.
It was crazy. Like, yeah. So Monica, I mean, you know, Monique gone, you know, I think she actually left them with more than they actually asked for. She gave them, I'm pretty sure she hooked some of them up as her friend. I think she hooked Karen up with the stylist for her wigs, because Karen wigs is on point. And she had Candace. Ooh, pretty girl, but that hair was bad.
You thought it was bad? I thought she was always put together. I like the Candace even the first season, her first season.
Bishop, I'm just gonna claim that you're a man. You know, you're gonna say you a man, because them wig pieces was thick. She had extra 16 tracks for no reason.
She the only one that can get Ashley together. That's what I love about her, but she going too far now. Whoever gassed her head up should stop it.
She gonna help Ashley too. Monique gonna help Ashley too. She probably already has. Ashley need a lot of help too.
Lakeisha, thank you so much, sweetheart, for calling in. You have a good evening.
Good night, ladies.
Good night.
All right, have a good one.
Ryan Angel, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, Heavenless is friends with no one. That's true. She turns on everyone. That's true. The only person she's going to turn on is Jackie, because she worships the ground Jackie walks on. In her mind, Jackie is the second thing coming to Jesus. I'm telling you.
She is technically.
No, she's not.
I'm just saying, for reality land.
She does a good job of keeping her mask on. But Jackie is like pretty much almost a Candy. She got somebody else to be her mouthpiece. Heavenly.
Yeah.
And Heavenly, you know, people are giving Heavenly, don't give her no credit. Heavenly is only looking at her bottom line, honey. That lawsuit, as Mabel said, that lawsuit got him shook. So she's hedging her bets in case Mariah wins that lawsuit and gets to have some say in who stays, who goes, if she comes back or not. That's all Heavenly is trying to do.
Or Mariah shuts the show down altogether.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what, Flair? I was thinking the whole time that Mariah must have gave her a call and tapped on the shoulder and said, "Baby, you don't know the ins and outs. You came in like around season 3, so you don't know what you're talking about." And I really believe, attorney served her or something like, you might want to shut up because you don't know what you're talking about.
Well, definitely didn't call her. Mariah definitely didn't call her, but somebody, you can tell somebody down her ear who's in the know and said, if I was you, I would tread lightly.
Probably
exactly, because all she did was talk about that law. All she kept saying before the lawsuit was filed was, "Why don't she sue? Why don't she sue?"
Mm-hmm.
So she sued, and Heavenly has egg on her face, and now she's trying to crawfishing.
She wants them court documents to get out and look like a complete babbling, the buffoon that she is. You know, we all knew she is anyway. So Debonair, how are you here? You got the twist tonight. All right.
He came with the West Coast look.
I know that's you looking like Snoop up in this mug tonight. How you doing?
I learned something today.
Okay. What are your thoughts on the convoluted, sick, and demented culture over there in the OC?
First of all, I just want to say thank you so much for tagging the police, Monica, because for me, kids are just so that's a sensitive topic.
The babies,
yeah, like going through some of the things that I went through growing up, like if I even think that a kid is in jeopardy, I'm on it. Like it's just that's crazy to me. And I was listening to you guys talk, and I was wondering, have you guys ever seen this movie called The Wrong Friend? It's with Vivica Fox. I actually accidentally watched it the other day because it popped up on YouTube. The whole movie's on there. But it's basically this story about the privilege that white people have. This black girl, this white guy, he like basically made this girl murder herself because he tortured her so much, and they moved him to a new school. And Vivica Fox is the principal, but they never disclosed what he did to have to come to the school. So the guy takes out his anger on this black girl's mom. And so he's had all this privilege. I mean, it's a crazy movie. You guys should check it out. But it just reminded me of how much privilege that white people have when it comes to anything, because the fact that this guy did this and didn't go to jail, which is crazy to me. But I was going to tell you another story, too. So in college, I used to partake in trees and things like that. And so there used to be this white guy used to come around, and we found out that he was the mayor's son or something like that. But they used to grow their own stuff in the house, and the boy would always get caught in trouble and everything. Nothing ever happened to him. And so I just tell my friends, like, I just don't really feel safe with this because, you know, y'all want to ride in the car with him and stuff, but we the ones gonna get in trouble when the police pull us over. And that's exactly what happened. This boy disappeared. We ain't seen him. All we know is we all had to go to court, and the day we went to court, he wasn't there.
That sounds about right. The caucasity of it all, yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I'm like, to me, every time I even hear stuff like this, even this movie that I'm telling you guys about, it just makes me so mad because it's like we don't really have a shot in hell when it comes to society and us versus white people, because they really just don't care about our lives. I mean, it's just like, I don't even understand how this is still going. Like as a human being, as a person, to see the way that black people are treated, and like we still like y'all. There's nothing that clicks. Like there's no light that comes on that says this shit is wrong. Like nothing. Even when that girl got shot and killed for being a terrorist, they on Twitter talking about saying her name like she Breonna Taylor.
It comes down to not being able to see humanity beyond something that looks like you. That's why I get very angry when people try to compare and say, well, what about black on black crime? Yeah. Black on black crime is a very propagandic slogan that was started by the people in charge to make it seem like we are killing in disproportionately killing and murdering each other. The reality is all communities have crime, interpersonal crime, and no one has termed it white on white crime. You can go to any bar in USA on a Friday night. They going upside each other's heads with beer bottles and bar stools. The police either will not come. We saw it with, what was that motorcycle gang thing that happened, and they barely got in trouble. There wasn't no black people out there. Those were white motorcyclists beating each other up, stabbing each other, and everything else. It happens in their community. That's who you live close to. So if you have an issue, you're gonna kill each other. Like, that's just what happens. But they use that term to try to negate anything that we say when we call for the disproportionate issues.
And it's really proximity on proximity crime. Because like what you're saying, you have a relationship with whoever you come into crime with. Most people that, off somebody is usually someone they had a relationship with.
I'm going to tell you this. I'm from Ohio, and I'm from Columbus, Ohio. So we don't have no major sports teams or nothing like that. Let OSU, the college, lose the game. All havoc is being had on campus. They flipping over cars. They burning up trash cans. They fighting each other. Guess how many people get arrested?
No one. Y'all, you remember they did that in Philadelphia? Y'all remember that? It was no black person out there when they won the Super Bowl. Nobody got arrested. People's eating horse doo-doo, flipping over cars, burning up stuff. Nothing.
It's just crazy. I was so happy when you said that you had tagged the police, though, because I with kids, I don't play with that at all.
Yeah, no, I don't either. I have children, and we have a moral obligation. Okay, I mean, how do people live with themselves? I don't know. I don't know how they do it. They must just flow through life. The presence of God is missing. I'll say it again. It's just missing. So if you don't have that, there's no moral foundation, no moral, footwork in your life. So anything goes, right? Calypso Kings, Molly is tainted and has been for 5 years. My daughter died of a fentanyl tainted ecstasy 4 years ago. Not a partier, 24. Having a bad day with a boyfriend. I am the mom that got the 3 a.m. phone call. Bad. Oh my God. You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Molly, Kelly Dodd was just like, oh yeah, she Stella told me Molly, Molly water. Molly water, same thing. You just put Molly in a bottle of water and it's dissolving and you're making a drink.
They're so oblivious to what drugs do to people. Well, I don't think they are oblivious to what they do. They just
hang on one second. So my condolences, Calypso Kings. My deepest condolences. That no mother should have to bury their child. That's heartbreaking.
Not at all.
It really is. Lakeisha, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you for helping bring awareness to that child's welfare. Can y'all do something? Y'all call Newport Beach Police too. If we all call and we come together and protest and bombard them, they gonna do something.
Yeah,
I will definitely call.
We are better in numbers than one person.
And they'll make Bravo look crazy.
And that's what they're trying to avoid. Why do you think I keep myself private? Do you think I trust those people?
No, I don't trust people.
My life to walk around freely like it's all good. Thank God in Louisiana we got the concealed carry. Try me if you want to, but I don't trust anybody, especially them people at Bravo. I do not trust them. I don't.
I live in California. You get lit up like the 4th of July. I'll take them penitentiary chances. Try me.
I really don't. I don't. And again, their motives are too dark. And when money's involved and money's on the line, I mean, look at how they lie like it's a rug. They lie like it's a rug.
Like a bearskin rug.
Look at Andy calling Giselle meltdown. What? Never happened. No, there was no meltdown.
Monica, I was starting to like, is he having a Wendy Williams moment? He got some holes in his head, something going on. I mean, true.
Oh my God.
What's really going on out there?
Lying like a rug. They will have you hemmed up, murked, as they say out in the streets, and no one will be the wiser. It's like, oh, no more lives. What happened to Monica? She just go, So I don't trust them people. I do not. I really don't.
You know what's even crazier is the fact that, even with this last season of Potomac, where they went through this whole thing about the colorism, or what is it, colorism?
Mm-hmm.
This is a big thing on every Black franchise, that Black women are angry and all this stuff. But these white people will never have a white woman or white family or white people syndrome at all. Like, in this, they go about like drugs. It's like going to Walmart and picking up a bottle of water for them.
Mm-hmm. Because I think the most angriest woman on the franchise is Teresa. And everybody can ask me all day and night, who you think is the most angriest? I say Teresa. And without a shadow of a doubt, I wouldn't even have to think twice. Wouldn't even have to blink. And then next in line is Robin.
But with Teresa, again, it goes back to seeing the humanity, right? And so for so long, we've been taught that Italian people are passionate and spicy. It's just the verbiage that they use. When we are passionate, we're angry.
Teresa's fiery. Teresa has a fire in her. And it's funny, and they laugh and everything about it. Like Teresa make me nervous because I want to fight you all the time. I don't feel comfortable around you.
Yeah,
I couldn't be around her. I would want to fight. I can't.
I can't imagine how you feel with Kamala being in the office right now.
Oh, they having heart attacks. Andy Cohen said it. He said most of the Housewives franchises, I think he said all of New Jersey is conservative, all of New York is conservative, Salt Lake City, conservative, OC, the whole cast, conservative. I mean,
they don't know what conservatism is. They don't know that because they're conservative. They'll be holding on to traditional American values, and none of them is holding them on except in front of that camera. But when they get off them cameras, I'm talking about ski slopes and swapping wives.
Well, conservative as in their tax bracket. Republicans protect their money. You're in a certain tax bracket. Even Black people, you're in a certain tax bracket. It just makes sense to vote Republican. It's all about the Benjamins, baby. That's it.
They ain't protecting their Jesus.
Exactly. Conservatism doesn't mean what they think it means. It literally only ties into money. They try to use the Bible and Jesus and all these things when it's convenient, but they can't really. It's hypocrisy on its face, right? Because Jesus said to feed the hungry, clothe the naked, give to the poor. So if you don't believe in those basic tenets, and I always like to say, everybody is conservative until it's not convenient for them. You're against abortion until it's your side chick, your mistress, your little girl. They be right there lined up at the clinic, or better yet, the doctor comes to the house with a nice little pill that will make anything that's in there come on out. Ask me how I know. I work with a lot of them.
Ask me how I know too. Can we hold hands and pray?
Bible like they go on a Burger King and they have it their way. They pick and choose what.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, they go to church on Sunday and ski slope on Monday.
Right?
Andy's a Democrat.
I'm gonna put you back in the backstages. I want to bring on Bernice. She's waiting a long time. Okay, my love. Hey, Miss Bernice. I'm sorry.
Hey, Bernice.
Hi. This I only looked at the reunion. I don't look at OC, but I looked at the reunion. How two liars going to be arguing with each other, and you believe the other liar over liar one? I don't understand that. With Kelly and with Braun, both of y'all liars, habitual liars.
Yeah,
you have no credibility. And when Andy asked her, he said, "Well, you've been really bad on internet, on social media." And her attitude, like, "Okay, Ann, what you gonna do about it? Okay, you have no remorse for what you said. Nope. What else I got to do? You's a sorry ass human being. Excuse my French, human being." And for Shannon, I'm sorry. We just had a case here in Michigan where this girl has been missing for 3 months. Where her parents didn't allow her, she's 14, didn't allow her to date. Her boyfriend came and got her, cut her screen out her window. She left her phone and she took some clothes. She's been gone for like 3-4 months. She was at the boyfriend's house. His parents never called that girl's parents and let her know where she was at until this month when the police came knocking on the door to get that child.
Wow.
So for Shannon to do that 2 years ago, I'm sorry. Every fiber of my being, I've been calling my ancestors to get me off that person. I'm sorry. Because you just told that child that she didn't value. She has no value. So she's gonna go through a whole lot of abuse from other people because she don't see value in herself because her mama didn't see value in her. Your first teacher is your mother. If you have a good relationship with your mother, you're going to be successful. If you don't, you're going to go through hell. And unfortunately, she put that child on the road to hell because you didn't value her. You took over a grown woman who was an alcoholic and you know is a drug addict. You had more value in her than you had in your daughter. And for the daughter to say, well, Mom, I didn't want to be a tattletale. Baby, she was wrong.
I don't even believe the daughter said that. And let me tell you something. Shannon lies through her teeth, a lot. She does. Just like when she lied after Tamra and Vicky left and she started bad mouthing them and making up all these lies. Literally, when they were not asked back, she stopped accepting their phone call. She cut them off immediately. It was just a TV friendship, and she was using, especially Tamra, because Tamra was like the HBIC at one point. Clicked up her. She dumped Vicky and clicked up with Tamra. And then, she used to harass Tamra. And Tamra said she would be calling her at 3:00 in the morning with all her problems, pouring out all her problems on her. And her family, once the friendship broke off, Tamra's family, they were so relieved. She's a piece of work, that Shannon. She really, really is.
But Bravo has set precedent on showing their behavior. With Teresa, when they went through that mortgage scam and stuff, Teresa was showing up with buku money doing all this shopping. She would pull out stacks of $100 bills and pay it all in cash. Where you get that from, boo?
Well, that's on her. Bravo couldn't control that. But they were happy. All they saw in their eyes were dollar bills. Like, look at this fool. Let's exploit. Let's zoom the camera in on the dollar bills.
Exactly. I mean, come on now. She paid all the cash. Like, wait a minute. Did you thought? Excuse me. I'm sorry. I grew up in Detroit, and I know the inner workings of some organizations, stuff like that. You had the feds looking at you like, oh, thank you very much, because we got this all on tape. So we going to jail. You going to jail. Because like you said, the feds watch everybody.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. All right, Miss Bernice, are you joining us tomorrow for the Versus recap and Bell Collective?
Oh, yeah, and you know what? It's a show on Netflix y'all need to watch. It's a documentary on the crack, and it's Blink something, but it's good.
Oh yeah, I heard about it. We gonna watch
it. It's good. Yeah,
it's good. Rich Asians, right?
Yes, it is good.
Yeah, we about to get into
Bling Empire.
Yes, that's
Monica, that's woo.
Woo, yeah.
It's them Beverly Hills people saying.
Yes, it do. Ooh, Lord. I didn't know Rich until I saw them. Like, damn. Okay. Woo. Yes. But y'all have a good night, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Bye, Miss Bernice.
Right, good night.
Good night. Thank you, Iron Angel. She said, Miss Bernice not lying. When I was younger, my mom and I clashed. It was terrible. It was horrible. I didn't feel valued or loved. I asked her why I was here. Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah.
That is so sad. Okay, I'm going to bring on Maureen, and then we're going to probably wrap things up.
Hi. Yeah.
Hey, you're not paid by Monique.
Yeah. I thought my name was dope till Jamal Lives on the Phone showed up. That's a good name. Anyways, it's, bringing up marriage medicine and OC, they're related. Bravo is the epitome of systemic racism. How is it that when they accused Mariah of doing drugs, they kept that narrative going, and they wouldn't give her the light to prove, or they wouldn't make doctor that pretends she's better than anybody else to sit down with her and look at the tests. Meanwhile, in OC, we're seeing what is drug dealing on display, and they are just brushing it away. What the heck? Like this is really, like, I am angry as a mother, as a viewer, as a person of color. Can you imagine if what's happening in OC happened to one of the Black franchises? So like the reaction of Monique and her husband was worthy of showcasing live on in the reunion. But what's happening 2 years ago with OC, and they're just mentioning like it's one of the bottle of waters that they're selling. For me, to be honest with you, I'm having really big problem with Shannon because she's the mother, and she sold her daughter. She just to stay on the show, she kept this, and she thought they had the golden goose to rescue the flop franchise, and it's so sad. Like, it's unbelievable, and I can't believe they are like just keeping them on. Like, this is the epitome of white privilege.
Oh yeah, absolutely. White privilege, and just I guess privilege itself, because I would imagine they're also prejudiced against their own kind. You know, poor white people. You know, it's an elitism type of thing. They're in their own microcosm over there, and you know what? Like I said, the presence of God is missing. It really is. They don't have
heavenly. Yeah. Speaking of God, which is far from God, heavenly, her change of heart, I'm sure someone smart whispered in her ears that Mariah's lawsuit is legit. She never said, I'm not gonna say something. She explodes if she doesn't say what she thinks. And now all of a sudden she's scared of, like, maybe Mariah, hopefully, or I predict, or it's my wishful thinking, she will come back as the main character, as an executive producer as well. And I hope to God, since they're trying to bring Monique back, they do the same thing. She won't only come back as a main housewife, as an executive producer. That's the only way they can redeem themselves, and they can, like, at least apologize, like, sincerely, like giving them the platform that they deserve, both of them. Mariah and Monique, they were the most wronged housewives of all times, hands down.
Definitely. I agree.
Monique, because she was like the perfect family that everybody wants to be. And Mariah, maybe, other than she's Black, she's married to a Muslim. Maybe that has something to do with it.
Oh,
absolutely. Like, I'm sorry, I'm speaking of that, but like, I feel like
no, because she said they would discourage her from wearing her hijab.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Yeah, that was very, very shocking to hear.
Disrespectful.
That very, very, very.
Wow, I never knew that. Now I'm hearing from you, and I honestly, I ever since Potomac reunion, I used to watch Bravo almost 24/7. Especially that I'm working from home, I like to hear some noise in the background. No, I'm not watching. I unfollowed all of them. Kelly Dodd, she's trash. It became trash TV, but they don't get this rap because they're of the complexion of their skin. Because of, like Shanitra said, oh my God, I would love a show with Shanitra just talking about them. Like, she is the pillow talk, you know, only her. She's amazing.
Yeah. She is. She's
amazing.
Miriam, oh my gosh, thank you so much.
And you're amazing too. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my love.
You guys opened my eyes. You guys opened my eyes.
No doubt.
I'm telling you, if it wasn't for the information that you provide, I think I would be brainwashed, because I feel like I was. And, you know, until I started watching you.
Thank you for saying that.
This is something from like a good thing from COVID. Like I never watched blogs. I only used to hear bloggers in a derogative manner by the housewives. Now I understand why, because you guys tell the truth, and the truth doesn't suit them.
Right.
That's why.
Absolutely. And now you have Heavenly trying to be a blogger.
Love you guys.
So what did I tell you? Have a good
yeah,
night.
sure. She can keep trying.
Have a good one.
She can keep trying.
Bye.
You too. I missed you guys yesterday.
I know. Love you. Bye. So we're gonna wrap things up. Bishop, how can they find you?
You can find me on YouTube at The Bishop, and you can also find me on IG and Twitter at Bishop Red Pill.
Ples, how can they find you?
Hey, y'all can find me on Instagram at scared_of_beautiful, and on YouTube at Scared of Beautiful, no periods, just spaces. Content will be coming soon. Monica, quickly, I just want to thank you and Bishop and Schoolboy for our panel. You know, Miriam just said something that was very important to me, which is one of the reasons why I do this, and that's that even when we're joking and gossiping and kikiing and having fun, we are enlightening people from different walks of life and changing lives. I got a DM earlier thanking us for the show back on, I think, last Friday, where we all kind of talked about some sexual assault experiences. So never know who's listening and watching, and we always can be a light to others. So thank y'all for being so dope.
No doubt, you too.
You too, Ples, and Schoolboy and Bishop.
With all that legal advice.
I know.
Yeah,
free.
I might, if I ever get caught up, you know, I can call Ples, be like, look, you know, what I'm gonna need to do.
Only if they live in Mississippi or Louisiana, child, and only if they got money. And I don't mean a lot of money, but you know, you got to pay your fee.
Yeah, I know you got to get that retainer fee. I ain't mad.
I'm not like Wendy and other people. I will gladly tell you, I have student loans.
Right. That's right. I hear that, sis. No, but you know, I, just like Miriam said, she reminded me as well. Bishop, Ples, Schoolboy, what we bring to people. Sometimes we don't even realize the changes we make and how we impact people and the information that we share on this platform. It is just not about gossip or spilling tea. We go deep. We go, like this particular issue for the whole panel, it's not just me. It affects us personally deep. These are children. It's a child, for God's sakes. Where is Bravo? Where is Shannon? Where is Kelly Dodd's humanity? That's where I want to know. It just lost. But I won't get off track. Again, this panel has been a blessing to me as well because it brings enlightenment to my life. The teacups, the love that they share. The teacups are dope. You hear me?
They are.
They are really dope. They are so supportive. I get all the DMs, and Ples, Bishop, y'all been getting them too. You see the love. You see the love. We give love and we get the love back. On that note, I'm going to ask if subscribe to the channel. If you're ready to subscribe, bang that notification bell, hit the like button for us. Teacups, thank you for tuning in tonight. We love you all. Mods, thank you for holding down the chat. Everyone that sent in a super chat or a cash app, thank you for helping us keep the lights on. We appreciate it very much. I want y'all to stay safe, be blessed, and see us and come back tomorrow. We'll be here, same time, same place. We're talking Versus and Bell Collective, y'all. All right. Bye. Bye, everyone.